bore myself even talking about my addiction problems. So let's get into yours.
Okay.
Yours are way cooler than mine, dude.
What questions do you have?
How the fuck did you end up there? You seem so normal and well adjusted. How did you I guess that's kind of how you got to normal and well adjusted. You had to go a little off the rails.
I started normal and well adjusted. I come from a really good family. I played tennis, I was in Girl Scouts, violin, piano, and then I got prescribed Adderall when I was 23 years old.
That's crazy. I was on Adderall at 30. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you love it?
I did kind of love it at times because I was working in an office and I just straight up couldn't get shit done, and I just went from office job to office job sucking at it, and I was like, I need to do something. So I got on Adderall, and I was I wasn't great at it, but I was a lot better.
Yeah, it suddenly makes mundane tasks.
Yeah, I was like, oh,
fun.
This is how a brain is supposed to function. If someone says send this email, you just send the email.
Yeah.
You don't not do it and then have to be coming up with all these reasons why you didn't do it. You're I have no idea why I didn't do it.
I know. That's why it's so addictive. It's and I thought the same thing when I first tried it. I was like, oh my God, this is how everyone must feel. Everyone must clean their entire house and their car. The first day I was on it, I applied for 2 part-time jobs and got both of them. And I was in college. I was in college.
So you were crushing it.
I was crushing it. I was this is what it's supposed to be like. Oh my God, this makes so much sense. No, but it's not. That's not. Mundane tasks sweeping and office jobs aren't actually supposed to be fun and rewarding. They're just not, but it makes it feel like that. And that's why it's so dangerous. And I feel also it's also kind of numbs people, you know what I mean? In a way where it keeps them productive.
Right.
Keeps them a cog in the machine.
Right. You're just kind of yeah, it would make being at an office much more enjoyable and easier, and you would just kind of
keep doing
behave. Yeah, that's why I'm glad. I probably needed it when I was in school, but I never got on it as a kid.
That's good though.
But I'm glad I didn't because, yeah, who knows? I might have been super successful. And God knows we don't want that.
Imagine.
I might have. I was good at shortcuts in school, cheating, copying off of people. I was really good at that.
Yeah, that means you're resourceful.
Yeah, I think I was resourceful
Seriously.
Because I was I can't sit and do this shit. I can't sit down and do it, but I can figure out ways to get by and make it happen. So
yeah, that means you're actually a very intelligent, resourceful human being, and you probably get things done way more effectively now.
Maybe. In theory, you are
give
correct.
Him his in. Somebody give him.
Yeah, I know. I need
production. We need.
That does help with your brain too. I actually have been told that's really good for ADHD. Nicotine.
It is. I mean, it's a nootropic, you had said
great.
Last night.
Yeah.
To our very rowdy crowd.
Yeah, they were great. They were cool.
They were good.
Sometimes
for you.
all you need is one table of 4 or 5 people that are encouraging and rolling with you. They're kind of yes-anding you in the crowd. They're yeah, we got that sucked, and you acknowledge that sucked, so we'll give you another chance on this next show.
I know you had them though. You did. They were really good, and it's funny. They're this is our weekly meetup, and I'm you guys should meet up. Since you don't see each other all week, you should meet up maybe an hour before the show, so you don't have to catch up. While these retarded
they always come to the show.
Pouring their heart out. Yeah,
that's hilarious.
But come 1 hour earlier. It'll make it so much better for everyone because during the show, they're oh my God, how was work? And I'm
yeah.
There is a better way. I need to put that. I should put my audience members on Adderall. I guess maybe I should get sponsored by Shire Pharmaceuticals.
Yeah, what could go wrong?
What could really go wrong?
On Adderall. So you get on Adderall. Okay. You're having a grand old time.
Hella productive. Mm-hmm. Things are going well, and then it gets to a point where I recognize oh, I love going to the pharmacy to pick up my prescription. I accidentally took 2 one time, and I loved it. And they put me on such a high dose. I was a 23-year-old, even though I'm only 22 now, so it's kind of crazy how that works out. But they put me on 30 milligram XR, which is a really high dose.
Yeah.
And I was losing weight, and I remember telling my doctor, I feel I'm really weird when I'm not on it. I'm struggling when I'm not on it. And she was maybe we just need a booster dose. And she gave me extra. And I recognized the part of my brain that was oh, this isn't good.
Yeah.
But I know she was sponsored by them. She was getting kickbacks from Shire Pharmaceuticals or whatever because in her office.
She had their merch all over the place.
Dude, she had 3 posters. No, there was 2 posters I remember. The first one was Adam Levine from Maroon 5. And he was like, Adderall helps me get through like long, tour dates or whatever. And the other one was like Ty Bennington from Extreme Home Makeover.
Yeah.
Honestly, that guy could probably use a daily dose of amphetamines, but he was like, Adderall helps me get through like long shoots. And I was like, this is crazy that
That's
this is
wild
like
that
going
they're
on.
Advertising it like
Advertising
that.
it
People
like that.
that are like, they're super productive.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Everyone's on Adderall. And so I started like taking more and more. And then I lost my insurance because I like got off my parents' insurance. And I was like, I'm just going to... I'm going to write my own prescriptions. And I did. And it was at this time when like you could do that. Like now all of the pharmacies are connected and they can see like, oh, you picked up a Xanax at CVS in fucking Milwaukee on, March 12th. Like you can't get it again here, but they weren't connected at the time.
Interesting.
So I wrote I've gotten in trouble multiple times because of Adderall. So I was like, but no, I'm like, look at how cute I am. Like no one's going to say anything until they were like, wait, like they like checked with it and they're like, you actually haven't seen your doctor in like 6 months. And I was like, I gotta go. And so I had to like stop taking Adderall at that point. Thank God nothing ever came of that. Like, I guess it went before a grand jury and maybe they never had enough evidence. So I was like, okay, I'm quitting Adderall. I quit for like 3 years, moved to Miami, was like at this office job also. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to need some more of that Adderall. Yeah. So I got back.
Brings out the best in you, doesn't it?
It really.
The office job.
It really, no.
You're just sitting there like, what the fuck is my life? I might as well.
We're not, like, creatives are not cut out for that kind of work.
No, it's hell. I don't know that anybody is. I think people just suck it up long enough that they do it. And I guess if you're very, like, organized and, like, doing tasks and stuff, you can keep your brain busy that way.
I guess.
But, yeah, I don't know who's cut out for
no one. I don't feel like anyone should be working 40 hours a week. I mean, maybe men, but women should.
Definitely not women. They've been through enough.
No, we're not like cut out for that.
Miami women.
No, well,
they don't do that. They don't stand for that.
Yeah,
you meet a chick that's working 40 hours a week. You're like, what is wrong with you?
Yeah. With those eyebrows, like that's in this economy.
That's crazy.
Like, with that BBL.
Yeah, that's the other thing. If they put all that time and effort into their body, it's like you're not sitting in an office all day. I mean, maybe. It
is crazy though, the correlation between like office workers and BBLs and eyelashes. Like the girls who work at the veterinarian that I take my dogs to, like they all have the eyelashes, BBLs. And I'm like, is this correlation or causation? Like what's
happening here?
I don't know.
That's interesting. I wonder what the reason for that
dogs,
is.
Like what's going on? I don't know. Like it's
why do they do that too? I mean, I guess they have a life outside of being a veterinarian, but it's like it doesn't seem like it's necessary for the job to have a sweet ass. That's why I always wonder, like girls with the BBLs, it's like do you want to have that all the time? Like it's nice when you're going out into the club, but it's like everybody's first impression of you is like, damn, look at that. Like girls are like judging you. I don't know how girls see BBLs, but I know every guy's like, damn.
The truth is like, it's just like trash. Like it looks like looks like a dirty diaper.
It's funny how it definitely tricks the male brain at first. Where we're like, damn, and then you realize it's fake, and you're like, do I care that it's fake? Not really, because it's still. My buddy's got a joke about that. He's like, yeah, I'm into girls with fake tits, fake asses, and people are like, don't you know that's fake? And he's like, well, this erection's real, so it's working.
No, like I get it, because like aesthetically, like the blueprint is like Kim Kardashian, right? Where it's like, oh my god, like that's so fun to look at. Like it's like Betty Boop cartoons. Like it's incredible. But then like you're not getting that same version of that from
whatever doctor
in Colombia. Like shout out to Colombian dentists though, like they're amazing, but like it's still like you're not getting that same level. And if you don't upkeep everything to make you look like this like picturesque cartoon, then it just looks so weird. And I just imagine with my metaphorical dick, like fucking a girl from behind with a BBL, and I'm like, do you think it moves? Like, do you think you see like a Jello mold? Like, do you know what I mean?
Now we're getting into it.
Do you see the outline of it? I want to know. I really want to know. Like, what is it? More like fat that goes in there, or is it like?
I think it's more like muscle. It's more like muscly kind of. Yeah, it just probably feels unnatural, I would say.
It looks fun. Don't get me wrong.
I've maybe had interactions with like one or two, but yeah, when you get to that point, you're not even like. I think your brain's turned off, so it's tough to recollect. have to remember.
Your brain's turned
like,
off during the sex?
Yeah. I'm just like, to be like, oh, describe what it was like. I'm like, I don't remember. I don't fucking recall. I wasn't. I mean, I was
funny.
there.
Men
but,
don't
mentally,
think during sex,
there.
but women have to think during sex.
Yeah. You gotta be awake.
But could you imagine bringing home a girl with a BBL to your family to be like?
It would just be awkward. It would be like, all right. Yeah, it'd be kind of the elephant in the room.
Literally.
Like, she could be the sweetest, nicest girl ever, but then it's, kind of. I mean, I don't want to judge people, but I guess that's kind of what we do here.
I do.
We kind of have to. But it's like, why would you get that unless you want more sexual attention?
Yeah.
From men, and it's like, are we not already like,
are you not
psychotically sexual enough? Like, we don't give you enough sexual attention that you would want more of that.
I feel like the true way to do it, and I've only seen this one time on someone, is to make the best plastic surgery or body enhancements, make it look like you don't have it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Guys are like, don't get your lips done, don't get Botox, and it's like, the girls who have their lips done well and Botox, you can't even tell.
Right.
You think that's a natural beauty because she did it so well
right.
and had it done so naturally that you don't know.
Yeah.
And I've seen that on a girlfriend of mine who has a BBL, and I'm like, oh yeah, it just looks like you actually went to the gym
for
a year and a half. That's what it looks like, and it's like, congrats.
Right. The ridiculous ones are the ones that, we need to tone them down. But also, I'm not going to complain about them. They're fucking sweet. But I imagine it's tough being a girl because it's like, if guys, I mean, I guess guys can do steroids and shit like that, but I'd kind of be like, well, that's cheating. It's like, now I'm having to compete with all this other bullshit, and it's like, and then guys will say like, oh, we like natural, but it's like, oh, okay, but all you're doing is trying to fuck these ones that have all the work done. So
let me see your For You page. Let me tell me you like natural. But you think it hasn't crossed my mind? I'm 100 pounds and I still have been like, oh,
damn, bitch.
That would actually be.
You might want to get back on the meth, dude. 100 pounds.
I know.
Jesus.
I know.
Christ,
I know.
dude.
I'm sorry to say that out loud. It makes a lot of people really
Triple
uncomfortable.
digits. Damn. I don't know how this couch is even holding up right now.
It just.
If I had an editor, that would be fucking sweet.
That would be incredible.
You ever watch Rick Glassman's podcast?
Yeah.
It's incredible. That's amazing, but I can't imagine what the budget on that is like. To do all that editing, it's like a
so
fucking
important.
Scorsese movie.
I know, it really is beautiful.
I'm just like, it's crazy.
If anybody wants to do editing like that for us for under $23 an hour,
please. That would be amazing. You could do whatever you want. You give Leetah a BBL,
a tasteful BBL.net.
that you can see it from this angle. The BBL is so big that it's like up here.
This is actually it. No, but Evergirl's considered it because it's so widely available. But it's like, first of all, where would they take the fat from?
Yeah.
My brain.
Exactly.
I can't afford to lose any more of that. But also, I feel like Evergirl's considered it because it's so widely available. But you just choose to make, I guess, educated decisions. I don't know if I had a ton of.
Yeah, if you could get it done perfectly and be like, all right, I don't have to upgrade this ever again, and I don't have to worry about aging and shit like that. And it's like, yeah, I guess why not?
Why not?
But then,
it is super invasive though.
Yeah, dude, it's all in your ass and shit. You gotta carry
I
that
get
around all day.
Squirmy. I get those vitamin IVs sometimes. Have you ever gotten one?
No.
Really?
I don't think so. A little bit. Does that help at all? Not really. Whatever.
Looks good.
I think we're good. Oh, yeah, we just need to stand up a bit. Oh no, the vitamin IVs, I have not done those, but I've heard they're actually, maybe I did it once. I've heard they're good. But I get all my I take I don't know if you saw my supplement thing over there. I have 8,000 supplements. They're behind the fridge. I'll show you
just
after.
Behind the Dawn dish
Yeah.
soap.
I try to hide it from people because it's a little alarming. People are like, what the
I would
hell?
love to hear your nootropic stat.
I honestly don't even remember what it is. Anytime I hear something good on a podcast, I just order it. So it's it varies day to day.
That's the only way to see if it actually works.
Yeah, but I take so many things regularly that I don't know which is. I'd have to isolate it and be like, okay, I just took this for a week, but I just try to cover all my bases and hope that my body just gets rid of the shit I don't need. And
yeah,
But there's
will.
probably
You'll pee
some
it out.
stuff
Is your
that
pee like neon green?
always. I know. It's got to be neon green. Otherwise, I'm like, I don't have enough supplements in me right now. It's got to be a fucking laser show. Otherwise, it's
You
not
just also have to
happening.
eat healthy. But I love nootropic stacks because, like, when you're getting off Adderall, by the way, all you
Yeah.
want to do is find a replacement for Adderall. You're like, what else could feel the same? And by the way, nothing,
Right.
nothing feels the same as Adderall.
Nothing even comes close.
Nothing- yeah, if they had that over the counter, it'd be
yeah. Caffeine is a little bit, but it's like child's play compared.
Child's play compared because
Adderall.
it doesn't like alter your brain chemistry to want to like gamble for 12 hours, you know.
Right.
So
Have you tried Vyvanse? Have you tried other?
yes,
Is Vyvanse any good? I never tried Vyvanse.
Vyvanse is okay. So here's the way I describe it. Vyvanse, Ritalin. Ritalin makes you want to like play video games for like 14 hours and then kill yourself.
Nice.
Concerta like will make you do anything really focused, but your eyes like literally feel like they're gonna pop out of their sockets.
Yeah.
Adderall makes you want to eat nothing, call your friends, clean your entire house, make a to-do list, have a tiny little like happy cry,
Yeah.
and then make a spreadsheet about all of it.
Okay. How's your libido on all these things? Does it vary or no? It's the same.
Yeah, like all the gay guys I met in rehab, they were all on meth. And by the way, meth and Adderall are like identical.
Really?
Yes. Now you have to take like if you took the same amount, sort of, it wouldn't feel the same. But like 5 Adderalls is the same as doing meth. It's the exact same.
Amazing.
Feeling.
So I've done like meth light then.
You
if
have,
I've done
yeah,
Adderall.
yeah.
And I've definitely done Adderall where I haven't needed it, when I've like gone out and been like, oh, I'm gonna take a little Adderall
for
to
sure.
go out, and that definitely feels like it feels kind of it's like, oh, I know I shouldn't be doing this.
Yes, yeah.
It feels a little dangerous.
But it feels also like really good because you go like, I'm invincible. I can drink forever. Like, yeah, I'll do another.
And I just
shot.
feel more social. Like I would do it before like
Yeah.
weddings or like family events, and it's not like you're like cracked out. You're just like, oh, I'm more into this conversation.
Yes.
Boring
Yet
conversation.
again, yeah,
I'm
into something like really boring
Yeah.
that like normally isn't fulfilling and rewarding, but suddenly on Adderall you're like, oh my god, no, like tell
You're
me
like
about
dopamine's coming. You're getting
Yes.
dopamine now, where
So much
as you wouldn't
dopamine.
before.
Gay guys love meth because it does make you want to like fuck or jerk off for like a very extended period of time.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's not good for your libido though because like porn and meth, bad combo, fucks with your brain chemistry.
Yeah.
And it's just like it's just like anything that you put in front of your face when you're on meth or Adderall, you're just going to hyper focus on it. So it's like, just pick the right thing.
Yeah, yeah.
I picked the wrong things. I could have done I could have been a star.
You could have taken over the world.
Much.
Yeah.
I really could
You
have.
could have learned like 3 languages and shit.
I seriously, like, why wasn't I learning chess and padel when I was on fucking Adderall? But
Right.
instead, I loved to gamble because it's so fun. Like, think about the dopamine of gambling and the dopamine of Adderall.
Yeah.
And a lot of both. Oh my god, it's so fun.
You might be like the coolest chick ever.
Men always say that.
Meth and gambling, that's like...
Men would
you're
always
like
say that.
an
They're like,
idol
oh
in
my
the...
god, like Adderall and gambling. And I'd be like, they're like, you're the dream girl. And then I would rob them.
What a great way to get in, though. Any guy's going to be like, yeah, fucking...
Totally.
You can live with me. Stay
Yeah.
here, stay here. That's the thing about girls robbing guys. I listened to a podcast the other day about some girl. She was a quote unquote a scam artist. It was on some podcast.
What did she do? I love scam artists.
It's called The Hidden Third is the podcast. It's usually a really good podcast where she talks to like ex narcos people,
Yeah.
people that were in mobs and shit like that. Just like a lot of like gambling people that went to jail. And this lady was like, yeah, I was a scam artist. She scammed a total of $15,000. And she did it by writing bad checks to her friends and family. I'm like, that's not a scam. That's just like people being like, oh, fucking,
yeah.
She didn't pay me, whatever. And then she's also like, and I would steal from like rich men in New York. And she stole like an iPod or something. And I was like, this is the weakest scam ever.
So,
like,
yeah, that's child's play,
like you
dude.
probably did more than that in like a weekend. And I'm like, how does this lady get on a podcast?
I know.
Because then she wrote a book, and now she's like touring with her book. So I'm like, well, now another scam on top of the shitty scam you already did. Now you're writing a book about your scam,
which is a scam,
making people pay for this book. And I'm like, that's the real scam
That's
we should be talking about.
She did it. She did it all for the press tour. Like,
Yeah.
she actually did it. It's just all for the documentary.
And she thought she was like so interesting, and
That's actually inspiring. Because sometimes I'm like, oh, my story, like, I don't know if people want to hear about it. And everyone's like, we want to hear about it. We want to hear everything about it.
For sure. Get you on a real podcast. So, this is where you're starting at the bottom, but you're going right to the real ones. This is just a warm up for you. Then you can keep adding more and more shit to the story that didn't even happen. Be like,
I was a kingpin. No, I was a dumb criminal. But the thing is, like, so I always had like a pretty strong moral compass about like not stealing, except when I wrote those fake prescriptions. But that didn't feel like it was really
that doesn't
hurting
seem
anyone.
like it.
You know,
it seems like a victimless crime because it's
is.
like the pharmaceuticals are robbing people in general. You're just like robbing from the robbers, basically.
Exactly.
Yeah, that seems fair. That seems
Robin
fair.
Hood.
I'll let that one slide.
Yeah, it was very Robin Hood of me. I am kicked off of the Robin Hood app, though. I got kicked off a lot of apps. But, like, I always had a strong moral compass. Like, don't steal. I never stole from anyone. Like, but, like, once you get to a point where you're, like, so desperate for money, because you, like, have to do Adderall, and you have to gamble, it's kind of fun once you break that, because you're like, everything's free now. Like, wait, all this is free. Like, I can literally take whatever I want.
What do you mean? Once you broke that moral compass?
Once I did.
It's like, okay, now I can steal. Now I can gamble money I don't have. Like, you were gambling money you didn't have.
Yes.
So you're like, oh, who gives a shit?
Yeah. And I always would justify it. I'd be like, oh, I'm just going to, like, pay them back. And trust me, I have had to pay a ton of people back that I, like, forgot about. People have reached out to me being like, bitch, you owe me like $1,300. And I was like, oh fuck, I forgot about you.
That reminds me, you owe me like
do I really
3 G's.
No, shut up. For the first year
people could easily get you now on that, huh? Just being like, oh, that was another thing this girl talked about on the podcast. The lady interviewing her was like, have you made right with all the people? She's like, well, I don't want to bring it up with people. I know it's like hard for people, so I don't bring it up to people, but if they reach out to me, I'll try to do what's right. And I was like, no, you just don't want to pay those fuckers back. You know exactly who. She's like, yeah, I don't want to open old wounds. I was like, no, you just fucking scammed people. And it's like, when you do it to family, it's like they're kind of just, you're not really scamming them. They know what you're doing.
Yeah.
They're just like, oh.
Yeah, they're just like enabling you.
Yeah, it's just like, what can I do? Like,
there's a couple scary people I think I still owe money to, but I haven't reached out to them because I don't know how to reach out to them, because in rehab, they tell you, like, you have to delete all your old phone numbers of anyone that was, like, you did drugs with or bought drugs with or whatever. And I literally was like, I'm throwing the entire phone away. It's just chock full of that's all it is.
Yeah,
like,
I can't weed out the good and the bad here. It's like it's all pretty shitty.
It's all bad. Like, the whole phone had to go. Everything must go. Clearance sale. Like,
that's kind of cool though. You kind of were able to like live a certain life and then just be like, well, that's done. Once you get rid of the phone and all those phone numbers, that's a great way to like cleanse your life, pretty much. I think.
Yeah, except they all still live in Miami Beach, and I saw a girl who I used to be her best customer. Okay, I would buy drugs from her all the time, mostly Adderall and cocaine, and I never like stole from her, never wronged her. And I saw her at my Pilates class, and they had heard about like what I got in trouble for, which is robbing someone, and she and her girlfriend came up to me, and she thought she was like a kingpin. I was like, bitch, you have a $50,000 in a box. Like, you're not like,
take it easy.
Chill, you know? And your guard dog doesn't do shit, by the way. But she had this girl with her come up to me in Pilates and was like, just a tip. And I was like, oh, I thought she was going to give me like a Pilates tip.
Yeah.
If you ever steal from me or her, I'll fucking kill you. And I was like, we're in reformer Pilates right now.
Right.
Like, and she walked away. And I was like, so like real drug dealers would never do that. They would just fucking kill you. They would find you and fucking kill you.
And you hadn't stole from her. She just heard about you stealing from somebody else.
Which is also like a pussy ass move.
Don't do that to me. It's like, okay.
Okay. Yeah, okay. I won't. Like, look at me. I'm in Pilates right now. Like, I'm not. It was so gay. It was so lame of her. Like, that's such a pussy move to be like, I heard what you did. If you ever do it to me, I'll kill you.
It's like from a Disney. It's like a bully in a Disney movie, basically. Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, she's probably still a drug addict.
That's what I'm guessing.
Crackhead. That's the thing with I mean, it's funny for those people to see you, probably to see you now, because they only know you as like this crazy.
Yes. Did we meet? When did we meet? Was I on drugs when we met?
It was I think I was here 3 years ago, 3 or 4 years ago. You might have been.
Maybe. I've been clean almost 3 years now. So
yeah,
it's
so maybe it was like 4 years ago.
Okay.
I think definitely.
Do I owe you money?
I don't remember specifics, but I remember when I met you this time being like, holy shit, there was a definite big difference.
Yeah.
I don't remember what the difference was. I don't know if there was anything specific, but you were probably I don't know. Maybe were you drinking?
Yeah, of course.
Maybe you were just drunk. Maybe you were just shit faced. I don't remember you being like.
The funny thing is,
methed out.
I used to think that comedy shows were a time where everyone got drunk after. Everybody like had a couple drinks before and a couple drinks after. And now that I run comedy shows and I give every comedian a free drink, and 75% of you guys don't ever take the free drink, I'm like, oh no, they're actually working. Like they're not.
Yeah.
This is not a party for them. In my mind, it was like such a huge party.
Yeah.
Which is embarrassing to think about, me having that mentality and everyone else being like, yeah, we're just having like club soda.
Yeah. I was trying to hang out and work on these notes that we had written down today.
Right.
Yeah, it is interesting. I mean, that sounds like more fun the way you were doing it, actually.
I was insane though. Like I was insane on stage.
Time.
I was not. I don't think it was like pleasant. I saw a video of me at Taurus, and I was like so skinny for starters. Like literally skin and bones. I looked amazing.
You guys would have loved me.
You would have loved me back then.
Don't judge me on being 100 pounds.
No, please. And I was like out of my mind, like screaming about like Lockheed Martin. I don't know what I was getting at, but like in my head, I was like, oh, I'm so much funnier on meth. Because like you kind of are at the beginning, by the way. Like meth and Adderall will bring you like a little closer to God. Like there's so much dopamine in there. Like I believe, tons of writers, like brilliant writers, Stephen King, Hemingway, like wrote on meth. You know what I mean? Like it's a great nootropic. Meth is a great nootropic for writing.
It really is.
Meth.
Well, it probably just allows you to do things like the processing time is probably a lot quicker. So you get the idea and then it's like, all right,
boom.
You don't have that like self-reflection in your brain. Like, is this a good idea? Do I need to sit on this for a while? It's just like,
nope.
No.
Get it out now.
Just say it.
But then what I've learned about doing comedy since stopping all substances and mood and mind altering shit is that, oh my gosh, being present on stage is actually like the best thing that you can do. Like I wasn't present at all. I was just like in my head and rambling. And honestly, I think a lot of people do that even if they're not on drugs, you know, because like you're either going through the script or you're like reciting your jokes, but like I'm practicing being present on stage, which sounds like very like woo woo, but it's the best way. Like when because I'm like funny inherently and naturally, so are you. So like when we're just ourselves on stage and authentic, that's the funniest that we can be.
Right. Things will come to you.
But when I'm still trying to like relearn how to not fucking yap like a meth head on stage.
Right. It's in your blood.
I still be doing it though. I still be doing it.
You're a girl. You can't help it. You still have that in you.
I can't. No, I'm always going to be a yapper.
Yeah.
Always.
But that's good because then you can kind of like talk your way in and out of things. Because I'm kind of the opposite when I'm up there. Like if I don't have it, know what I'm gonna say, I'm kind of just like, I'm like, damn, I wish you guys would talk. Sometimes I forget like I'm the one that has to be talking. I'm like, oh, I just said something now. Somebody else should talk. But I guess I'm the one on stage right now. Well,
in Miami too, we get so used to crowd work because like last night was such a great example. Like they wanted to be talked to, they wanted to be engaged with. Otherwise, they went back to their own fucking devices. And when you go to other cities, when you're in New York or even like at the bigger clubs, when you're at the Improv and stuff, they're sitting there like ready, waiting, talk to me, and there is no crowd work. So Miami's just. Do you think Miami's like the worst city for comedy?
No, people hate on it, but I don't think it's bad. I mean, there's definitely they don't have like the comedy mindset, but it's fine. I mean, you can get on stage and you can, if you do jokes that are funny, people will laugh.
Right.
Will laugh at it. It might be a little bit different, but like they get enough of the crowd. Like usually on any show, there's going to be enough crowd work stuff. So if you just go up and do jokes, they're not going to be totally opposed to that, I don't think. So, yeah, I think it gets a bad rap, but there's enough out here to do. Keep yourself busy.
Yeah, that's true.
Especially with you producing 25 shows a night. Look how much more productive you've
Isn't
gotten.
that funny?
What have you noticed in your life that changed from like, do you recommend life on meth or life off meth? Which
if you could do meth periodically and in moderation, which I've never met anyone that can.
Yeah.
That's the goal. That's not
then you
my
could like
goal,
get it.
but
You could like it's like you jumpstart. It's like you jumpstart a bunch of shit.
yeah.
And then afterwards you can
Yes.
like recover it and be like, okay, what of these ideas were actually legitimate?
Yes.
Which ones can I actually work with? Yeah.
And more so with like house cleaning too. I'm like, oh my God, my house would be like immaculate if I just had a little bit of meth and then I just
a tiny
hired
bit. Yeah.
a
So
maid.
now you don't do anything. You don't do any Adderall.
Nothing.
What if they were like? What could they possibly? Did the people that prescribe you take any responsibility? I guess they can't. Right?
Well, I did get really mad because the very first time I was like offered it. By the way, to this day, I still have never even smoked weed. Like, I have not done that many drugs. Like,
Yeah.
I was not a druggy person. There was this guy at my college, and I was like, gosh, I have such a hard time focusing. And I was 23, so it was a while ago. And he was like, so the internet wasn't as like widely available. I mean, it was. I'm not trying to age myself, but
Yeah.
it's like people weren't immediately going to ChatGPT being like, what is this? Tell me more about this. It's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
he was like, this like will help you focus. And I had taken caffeine pills in the past for like working out and stuff. And I was like, what's the worst that could happen? What's the worst that could happen?
Fast forward.
And I was so
5 years.
I was so mad at him for so long, and I even like wrote to him because I like did a funny video on TikTok about Adderall, and he was like, "LOL, this is hilarious," and I was like, "Fuck you, man! You're the reason I have to make these
You
stupid
don't know
fucking
what you
funny
did
videos.
today.
Fuck you."
Yeah.
And he was like, "I'm sorry. I was an enabler for a lot of people, but it's like he was a drug dealer. Like I still had like a choice. Like it's like
Right.
you can't blame."
And it's Adderall. You kind of look at it differently than like I feel like everybody does it in college. So it's like if you're
Right.
an Adderall dealer, it's almost like you don't really see yourself as
Yeah,
a drug dealer.
It's not like heroin,
Right. And you can get it from the pharmacy. So it's like these people are going to get it one way or another.
right?
So
Exactly.
I might as well be making a little cash off it. Yeah, that being said, I need to get back on Adderall. You've sold me. No, I don't think I would do Adderall again. So you were going through the different ones. What about Vyvanse? Was Vyvanse any good?
Vyvanse it's just like nothing compares to Adderall. Adderall really is the one that has like the most euphoria and discipline. It has like the best combination of those two.
Right.
Because some of the other ones will like help you focus, but they aren't going to give you any of the euphoria. Like Adderall will be like, oh my God, like
I feel
love,
good.
Yeah, I love
I'm
sweeping up this
doing
broken
good.
light bulb that
Yeah.
I like broke when I was deciding to like paint the house at 2 a.m. Like that feels good, and that's not supposed to feel good.
Yeah. I would always ask the girl girls that I was dating at the time, like, because I would kind of go off. I would always be like, oh, I need it. And then I'd be like, oh, I don't want to do it. It's bad for me.
Yeah.
And I would ask if they could tell any difference, like, when I was on it or off it. And they really couldn't. It didn't seem like. I mean,
They're like,
maybe
we never
I
pay
could.
attention to you,
Yeah,
so we
it's
don't,
like-
how the fuck would we know? What's your name?
They're like, yeah, you still hit us just as hard. So it doesn't really, it's like, I can't tell. I'm not allowed out of this cage
Just
anyway.
like,
So
yeah.
how would I know what your personality is like? But yeah, I don't know.
How much
So
would you take?
I would take a very little amount, like 5 milligrams.
Yeah.
So I would almost like microdose it.
It
to the
is.
point
That is
where-
like microdosing it. A lot
Yeah.
of the poker players I know, like they like microdose Adderall. Poker players are just like comedians.
Yeah.
They just have money. I'm not even kidding. It's like my best friend like won the World Series of poker, and he's got like really rich from poker. He doesn't play anymore, but after meeting all of
He
his,
got out the game.
he got out the game.
What does he do now? What is that?
Whatever the fuck he wants.
He got that. He was that good at it. How does he get out? Why doesn't he just do like sponsored tournaments? Because he knows he'll. Because can't he
has,
get
like,
people to
hundreds and
pay his
hundreds of
buys?
millions of dollars? So it's
Really?
just like he doesn't need to.
Damn,
You know what I mean?
He should at least teach some poker classes or something.
He used to. He owned a company called Upswing Poker.
Yeah.
And they would teach him and Doug Polk. His name's Ryan Fee. Ryan Fee and Doug Polk. They would teach poker like kind of on a larger scale.
Yeah.
And I'm sure if you were like, I really want to learn, he would like sit down with you and teach you. All he does is like meditate all day and drive around in his Lamborghini. Like he's like the most and help. I know, and help me like and criticize my jokes consistently. And he like he's like really encouraged me with breath work.
Yeah.
Which I don't like doing, but
Right.
it has helped me to be more present and like less in my head, and it
Yeah.
has helped me on stage too.
Really.
Yes.
Yeah, that was the thing. I think with nicotine, it got me super anxious, and the more I would like sit and be alone and like do meditate or whatever, it was like I could definitely tell the difference when I was on nicotine and off nicotine. I'm like, oh, the more I do it, the more anxious I am, and I'm like, what is the benefit? Like I enjoy nicotine, but then I'm like, the anxiety it's giving me and being in a constant state of
you're so chemically balanced. You really are.
Well, it takes me a while. It's been kind of my form of doing the meth. I just do very little. I just done very little of what you've done. I haven't been as extreme, but I've definitely like experimented to find. And who knows, maybe it'll change tomorrow. Like, no, I need.
God willing.
Next time you see me, I'll have like 8 Zins in my mouth. Be like, yeah, no, I got it all figured out. Everything's great. I'll be on Adderall and Zins and be like, yeah, see, I told you, I got it. It's all. How do you meet these? How do you meet a poker player?
You know what's funny? I met him because when I was living at the homeless shelter, I was looking for a job. I know. Great downtown views. Better than Kendall, I will say. Shout out to Camilla's house. It's horrible. It's a horrible living situation, but it's like when you're
hot name for a fucking for a homeless shelter.
I went from Camilla's house to Soho House.
They should have like a less sexy name. Camilla, I feel like it's like a hot Latin name.
Right? Camilla's house.
Yeah.
It's not at all. It is the great dude.
What kind of setup did you have?
Horrible. Okay, so you're in.
Do they have penthouses in the homeless shelter?
I was on the 8th floor, so it was like a kind of a cute view.
Yeah, because it's like you're homeless, but you got to be like top level home. I imagine even on meth, you're probably like top notch homeless.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I still was like pretty. I was like a mess, but I was still pretty. People who lived in the homeless shelter would come up to me and be like, "Can I have some money?" And I'm like, "Bitch, I'm here too." What the fuck?
Did you find love in there?
No.
Are people dating in the homeless shelter?
I don't know. I mean, it's not even. So rehab is more of like this microcosm of like. It's more of like a reality show because it's like young people. There's some oldies, but it's like young people and they're like cute and fun and like sort of. I mean, they're fucking gross, but fucking losers. But but they are like, that's a more situation where you're like, oh my God, they're like talking on the basketball court or whatever.
Yeah.
The homeless shelter, no. Everyone is like in their 60s, like Haitian, Cuban. It's kind of sad, but
and
they're
not doing great, huh?
They're not doing great. Morbidly obese, like black women, like screaming, angry, elderly Cuban women. Like I clearly did not fit in.
How do you get to be obese if you don't have a home? I guess you could eat really shitty, a lot of it.
Yeah.
But it's like, I mean, I guess a home costs much more than eating at McDonald's every day. If you're just like getting $20 a day and spending that all on food, it's tough to save. I imagine it's tough to save up for rent or something. But yeah, it's also like kind of difficult. How do you get super fat while?
I mean, a lot of these. This is the thing. Like people don't understand about homelessness. Is like they do say it could happen to anyone, and I mean, I don't think that's necessarily true. But like, if you make a few enough wrong decisions, it can land you there. Like I still had a family that loved me, but they were like, "We're cutting you off." Like every friend I had cut me off. Everybody I knew, like I had exhausted every resource.
Yeah.
And so I had no choice. I was like, where the fuck am I going to live? Like I sold everything. I didn't have anywhere to go. And it was like, what do I do? I mean, I guess I could fly back to Missouri and stay in my mom's house.
Yeah.
But I couldn't because I was on pretrial release from jail and that was a flight risk. So I had to stay in Miami-Dade County. And so
Yeah, you kind of had.
I had no choice.
Really,
and there's a waiting list, just like fucking Club 11. There is a fucking waiting list.
To get into the homeless shelter?
Yeah, there is. There's like a 3-month waiting list.
They're like, you got to really want it. We got to
really,
see things get worse. Are you selling your body on the street yet? No, get back out there.
Yeah, get back out there. Make it happen.
So
prove it to us.
It was crazy.
Crazy.
Did you get in any debt while you were in your party phase, in your letting your hair down phase, we'll call it?
So much.
Really?
So much.
Sorry for bringing it up.
No, it's okay. It's paid off now. I'm good. But like in an unimaginable amount of debt. So I was like clean off of Adderall from like, I don't know, for like 3 years before 2021. Okay. So I had like built up my credit. I had money saved up. I was like doing really well. And then during COVID, I was like, maybe I'll just like try Coke, which is crazy because I was like 35 and I'd never tried Coke before.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like
but
a
you were
smart
off
idea.
meth. You were off meth.
Off Adderall. And at this point, I'd never done meth, by the way.
Oh,
it was mostly
gotcha.
Adderall, but I was taking so much Adderall by the end that was
it was a problem.
Meth. So I was like, let me try Coke. And then I tried Coke and I liked it. And I was like, oh, well, because it was COVID. What else are you going to do?
Right.
Coke, obviously.
Yeah.
And so
it helps to, it was like a vaccine, basically.
yeah, exactly. It was just as effective as the Johnson & Johnson that I got. Which I still believe did nothing, but I never got COVID. I'm like a COVID virgin. I'm like perfect. It's insane.
I don't know if I ever did either because I never got tested, but I went everywhere you could possibly go to get it. I was like,
how could I have an STD if I don't get tested?
Yeah,
I mean, hello.
And then with the vaccine, I also was like, I didn't want to take that, but then I was going to go to Honduras and I needed to have it. So I got, you know how you needed to, there was one where you had to get 2?
Yeah.
I got the first half and I never got so I got like half a vaccine, I think. That's why I'm still alive today because I didn't get the full vaccine.
Thank God.
Otherwise,
I feel like the Johnson & Johnson was just like water, maybe a little fentanyl. I'm not sure what was in that one.
Something that makes you want to do crack. I'll tell you that much.
But so I had all this like money saved up and my credit was good and blah blah blah. And then I did coke and then I was like, if I'm gonna do coke, which by the way, like if you're gonna do coke, just fucking do Adderall. It's so much better.
Right.
It's so much better. Like it lasts longer. Like coke is like short and it's very invasive and it's like gross and like you have to like, even at the worst I would still be like creeped out like when I would go in the bathroom with people to do coke because I'd be like, this feels like I'm at like a sleepover and I'm like, Mom, pick me up, I don't feel safe. Like it's just it's such a, no matter how high affluent the party is, when people are doing coke it just feels bad. You're like, this feels unsafe. Like there's never a time where you're like, this is so cool. You're like, oh, this is like a little bit sad.
Right. Like, why are we in here? Yeah, it feels very much like, like high school.
Have you experienced that before?
High school party. I don't know if I've probably only done coke like.
But have you ever been to a party where they're
times.
doing coke and you're like, oh, this feels like.
Yeah, where it's just like in high school where people would like smoke weed or smoke cigarettes and they have to go to the bathroom. It feels very much like the whole pageantry of it is like part of it. And you're like, what are you guys doing? It's weird.
It's like, why?
But you kind of want to be invited, but then they come out and you're just like, what the heck? It just seems like a whole to-do that's unnecessary.
Yeah, exactly. So then I started doing Adderall again and I started doing, people like relapse on stuff and they think like, oh, my tolerance is going to be so low. No, you do way more the next time. Like, and I've heard that from like alcoholics before too, where they're like, I didn't drink for 3 years. And I was like, oh, I'll just have like 1 beer. And they're like, I drank so much fucking more than I ever did in the past. Like, it's like your body's just like saving up. Like, come on, let's do it big this time.
What, when drinking on Adderall?
Or I feel like if you are off a substance and then you like go back to it.
Yeah.
You do way more than you ever did in the past.
Right.
At least that's my experience.
Yeah.
And so I would go, then I was like, all right, I'm going to gamble because this is fun. And I would take out loans. I would take out loans from like gambling sharks. Like they're like loan sharks from the casino. They're scary, scary people, but they will give you like cash on the spot, but they'll also like fucking kill you if you don't pay them back. And I took out credit card loans and every type of like loan. And of course, like borrowing money from everybody. And then I made the dumbest mistake in the world, which was I asked like every comedian in Miami that I was friends with if I could borrow like $40.
Was this what brain was telling you to do this? Was
just,
what drugs were you on? This was
this is
Adderall,
like Adderall, which was like 300 milligrams, which was my like daily
300 milligrams.
Yes, I was taking between.
So yeah, you're fucking insane.
Insane, out of my fucking
300 milligrams.
I know.
I think I was prescribed 20, and I would break them up into like 5.
Yeah, I don't know how my heart
That's
didn't stop.
Crazy.
It's completely.
And you were
insane.
100 pounds or less.
Less. When I stopped, I was like 88 pounds. It was nuts.
You must have been like Bradley Cooper in Limitless. You must have been more Adderall than anything, more Adderall than like water in your
Christian
body.
Bale and the Machinist. Honestly, it was.
That's
so
crazy.
I know, it just coursing through
that
my
was
veins
daily, and you weren't worried about like dying or anything, or did you not care?
Really, because like also you build up a tolerance, so it's like you kind of have to like I would need 60 milligrams just to like get out of bed and like be like, okay, I can like not sleep, because there's not like crazy withdrawals from amphetamines or methamphetamines. You literally like I was like narcoleptic.
So you would just go, then fall asleep.
And then sleep, and I would sleep for like 3 days. Nuts. So yeah, when it got to the very end of it, first of all, I ran a comedy show and I was getting really bad with my drugs, and they would pay me just like comedy, venues do. And I hadn't paid any of the comedians for like 4 months. And finally everyone was like, bitch, where's my money? And I was like, fuck. And that's so bad. Like, that's such a bad look. Like, now I pay everyone the night of, and like, that's what I would do if I was normal Leetah back then. But it's like, And it's not like I was like trying to steal their money. It's just like they would deposit it in my account, and my account was already negative from the casino. So I was like, I don't know how to pay you guys. Like, I can't stop.
Yeah, the money just isn't there.
The money's not
like
there.
That money that did exist no longer exists.
Right.
So it's like, I can't pay you.
And then on top of that, anyone who like hadn't heard about that, I would be like, hey, do you mind if I have like $40 out of the drug dealers, loan sharks, and the comedians? Who do you think came after me the hardest to get their money back?
Comedians.
Fucking comedians.
They are broke, man.
Bro,
they are
what was
broke
I
on another
thinking?
level. It is funny. It is funny that any of them would even have money to let you borrow. Like, I would think if you go around to any comedian and
ask for,
the
like,
scene and ask for
$40,
$40, they'd be like, I don't have $40.
I don't got it. Yeah, I just don't got it. I know. It was horrible because it was people that like I loved and trusted, and it's like, also I must have been putting on a good front to where like you don't loan a drug addict money, like you just don't, and also you don't loan money that you can't like have to give. But it's like that was the worst part about it. Like steal from people, steal from men, whatever, steal from organizations, but like from the comedians, like the people, the poor people who need the money the most. Like that's why it was really fucked up. Plus, it was my friends.
Yeah.
And so obviously everyone has been paid back, but
do you think people have forgiven you, or some like still hold grudges, or do you think most people are like, yeah, I get it,
I would say
it was $40, you were in a tough state?
Yeah, I would say like
don't hate you.
95% of the comedians have forgiven me.
It's encouraging.
It is. There's like a couple that still like haven't spoken to me, even when I've tried to do, you know, like a letter, like a men's letter, which you do in like Alcoholics Anonymous. They just didn't respond to it. And it's like, I get it. But the people who are most mad about it are people that I never even like interacted with. Like the people who hate on me the most, who are like, she's a fucking criminal, baby ashes, drug addict. I never even had them on my shows. Like I never really.
Right. So that's
never,
probably
like,
why they're more bitter at the comedy part of it than your actions. Like they don't think they don't really care about your actions. They care about other stuff, and that's just your actions are a way for them to like take you down or say some shit about you. But yeah, they're not like morally better than you. That's the thing. To take shots at somebody that's like clearly was going through some shit and is now trying to make amends. It's not like you're just like, yeah, fuck you guys. I was this bitch and you guys got to deal with it. It's like, no, I clearly see that it was fucking crazy. Right. I was on 300 milligrams of Adderall.
Every day, yeah.
You try to do 300 milligrams of Adderall every day
and
see how your life fucking ends up. You're actually pretty tame considering that.
I know.
I'd say you did really well considering that.
I know. I should have done more. Honestly, I should have been worse. I should have been
such
fucking.
A pussy, dude.
I should have been. I know. I could have been so much worse, but it just doesn't work like that, you know, because you deep down, you're like, I don't want to be doing this. It's like you're in fucking shackles. Like,
yeah. And how did you get out of it? So rehab, homelessness, what was the thing that like shook you out of it?
I went to rehab after I got, like, there was a warrant out for my arrest, and that whole article came out that was like, oh my God, she like stole from this lady. And
article came out where? Like in the paper?
This woman I was cat sitting for, I like robbed her. My whole plan was okay.
Naturally,
yeah, it happens. That's what
and
Rover
robbing,
is for.
Man,
like
it's so fucking. I mean, it needs to be a movie because it's so good. It's so fucking good.
Dog sitting apps are for, like for fucking.
Yeah, what did you think we were doing here? We're obviously robbing you.
Yeah, it was so okay. When I was like semi-homeless, like I had a place, but I was with a guy that I didn't really like want to be around because he was like calling me out of my bullshit, and I didn't really like him either. But he was like, "I know you're on drugs," and like try to throw my drugs away, and I was like, "I certainly can't be here." So I would sign up to dog sit and house sit for people, and that was a terrible combination for someone who's feeling steely, and also someone who's on drugs. But I had like a place to stay that wasn't there. Yeah. And so I would continuously do this, and my like sober brain was like, oh, you can save up enough money since you're not having to pay rent at your old place by house sitting and cat sitting and dog sitting, and then you can like buy your old place. But really I just had like free roam of a house where no one was telling me what to do. I had free time, and I had a bunch of extra money coming in. So drugs. And then
so what were you? So you weren't paying rent at your other apartment. You were just living with some dude who you didn't really like. Yeah. But he was letting you live there for free.
Yeah. Well, he was like my ex. I was like paying rent until I like started doing drugs.
Yeah,
he was
yeah.
like, why aren't you paying rent anymore? And it's like, I can't.
Rent is bullshit.
Yeah, like rent is a social construct. Like this is
shit to do.
It's like this is
Rent is a social construct is great.
So at my last dog sitting job, I was cat sitting for this woman, and she had like a ton of really nice bags. And I was like, okay, I like looked up how a pawn shop works. I'd never pawned anything before. And so she wasn't going to be back for 2.5 weeks. And I was like, I'll pawn some of her bags and like sunglasses because she had like some Gucci stuff or whatever. Take it to the pawn shop. How a pawn shop works is they like buy it off you, but you can buy it back. So it's almost like they hold it for like a month, and if you don't come buy it back, then they can sell it to people.
Okay.
It's like consignment, reverse consignment, I guess. And so I was like, all right, I'll pawn her stuff, and then I'll go buy drugs and gamble, and I'll like win like $30,000, and then I'll like buy it back, and I'll come back.
Kind of brilliant. If it works out.
If it works out.
It's kind of
right?
brilliant. But you know, if it did work out, you also would have all that cash, which you would then justify spending on more gambling.
100%. I would win all the time at the casino. I just could not leave.
Really?
So I was also like fucking hopped up on so much Adderall. So
that's such a great idea if it works out.
Isn't
like
it?
the thought of it is a good. It's like it's
Does
not
it? Okay.
malicious at all. It's like it's like as pure as as someone whose brain has been hijacked by drugs. It's as pure a thought as
honestly,
you can
it was, yeah. And so because I was on Adderall, I was constantly making lists, and I like made a list of everything to do. I was like, okay, like pawn stuff, go to Home Depot, call Nelson, who was my drug dealer at the time, blah, blah, blah. And I like made my list, and I went and I pawned her stuff, and I got some drugs, and I went to the casino, and I didn't win that much money. And I was like, we'll just figure this out later. And I was dog sitting someone else at the time, and I went there, and she calls me, and she's like, my flight's early. I'm going to be home in like 30 minutes. And I was like, what? Like, oh my God. And I was like freaking out. And I was like, what do I do? I don't even have time to go back.
After you'd already pawned her stuff.
After I'd already pawned her stuff. Her house is a mess, by the way, because I'm like digging through shit, looking for stuff. And
Did she have a camera? Was there a camera in
No.
there?
And she was a hoarder. But I was like filming TikToks in her kitchen. So it's like, there was obviously, I was a terrible criminal. I used my own ID at the pawn shop. Like my own legal ID with like my car with my license plate on it. Like, I don't know what. It's just because this whole time I was like, I'm just going to go buy it back.
Right,
like, it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
So she comes back. I'm like, everything okay? Of course it's not. Her house is like gone through. My shit's there.
Yeah.
Like,
she has no idea what she's about to walk into.
yeah, and she like stops responding to me, and I was like, do I just go over there and try to like smooth this over? And then I was like, but I was on drugs, so I was like, I have other things to do, and when you're on drugs, you're constantly.
Oh, so you didn't even have a chance to go home and like clean up the house?
Nothing.
Oh,
the cats were
hilarious.
well taken care of though. Like I would never like harm an animal.
You're not a
like,
monster.
I'm not a monster. Yeah, I was just an amphetamine addict, and so I don't hear from her. For like 2 weeks, and I'm like, I feel this like impending doom, you know. I'm like, something bad is coming, like I know it is. And the guy who I used to live with is like, hey, the police came to knock on the door, and I was like, fuck. And I was like, don't worry about that. And he's like, what'd you do? And I was like, nothing, leave me alone, bye. Like, stop, enough with your like holding me accountable. Like,
get off my case, dude. You're so controlling, dude. What's your deal?
And then I get a call from the news, and they're like, hey, we need to talk to you. If you don't return, her name is Sarah, if you don't return Sarah's baby's ashes, we're going to have to do a news story about this. And I was like, her what? And they're like, her baby's ashes. And I am an idiot and high at this time. And I was like, no, I took her bags, but I would never like take something like that. Like I didn't even see anything like that.
Right.
And they're like, so you did take some of her stuff. And I was like, well, actually, I think maybe someone else broke in and took it. I'm like mincing my words. Like it was so messy, but I also knew I never took. Like, I never even saw, like, an urn. And also, yes, I was high out of my mind, but it wasn't on fucking PCP. I was on Adderall. Like, I wouldn't...
You weren't hallucinating.
Right. Like, no one would be like, oh, this is a good thing to fucking pawn. And I did take something to the pawn shop that was, like, a heart. It was, like, a Tiffany heart, but it did not open, right? It was, like, a silver heart. And the pawn shop guy was like, I can't take this because it doesn't have the Tiffany seal. I'm telling you this because of later. And so the news was like, we have to do a story on this. And I was like, no, like, I didn't take her baby's ashes. Like, there is no story to be told. Like, let me talk to Sarah. I bet someone else did this. Like, I hope this whole thing can blow over. 3 days later, I'm, like, flying to New York because I got booked to do The Cellar. And I got booked to do, like, 7 other shows. And I was so excited about it.
How'd you get booked to do The Cellar while you're...
I was, like, doing well with comedy at the time. Somehow. I don't know. I, like, had good connections. And, like, no one... I guess not anyone in New York hated me at that time. And so...
She's like, oh, I'll dip into this scene before they.
Yeah, I
before they
know.
figure it
In
out.
my mind, I was like, this is just like the ladder I'll climb, even though I felt this dark cloud over me being like, shit's about to hit the fan. And so I
Yeah.
land in New York and my phone is blowing up and people are like, I saw you on TV, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, what's going on? And they did. They did an article that was like, comedian pawns baby's ashes. And I was like, what the fuck? Like
at least they call me a comedian.
I
That's
know,
pretty
thank
good.
God. Yeah, it's first TV credit. Amen. And it was
What newspaper channel or what news station?
fucking WSVN. Fuck them forever.
That can be
And
your credit.
That
You've
is. That's
seen
my,
this. You've seen this girl on WSVN.
WSVN. Some of the comedians have brought me up on stage that way, and I'm like, you fat fucks, I'll never fucking book you again. You fucking sloppy dirtbags. They think it's funny. I wasn't healed from it yet, so I was like, this isn't funny yet. And
How soon after were you doing comedy? After all this shit happened? Did you
well,
get
at that
back?
point, I like freaked out. I called my parents. They're like, you immediately have to come home to Missouri, and we have to get you in rehab. My brother was like very kind and was like, I'll help you like find a lawyer.
Mm-hmm.
And he did, but I was like in Missouri, like waiting for a rehab. Then I went to rehab for a month. Then from rehab, a warrant finally came out for my arrest because the Miami Beach police have been like looking for me, but I was in Naples in rehab. And so
Naples, Florida.
yeah,
Oh shit!
they have rehabs and Off the Hook Comedy Club. That's literally all they have going for them.
You should have been doing Off the Hook
I
the whole
really
time.
should have.
They would have loved you.
Oh my
You
God.
should do a redemption set at
A redemption
Off the Hook.
tour.
Yeah,
There's nothing else in
you would
Naples.
crush it at. Have you done Off the Hook before?
I haven't.
Oh, we got to get you out there.
Okay, all
Yeah,
right.
Definitely. I'll talk to my people out there.
Okay.
They're gonna love you, especially if you have that rehab story. Be like,
Yeah.
last time I was here.
I was in big trouble. So yeah, then I had a warrant out for my arrest. And because apparently Florida will like extradite. If you are wanted for something in Florida and you're in a different state, they will send cops in that state to look for you. And so they sent cops to my mom's house while I was in rehab. And the whole thing that the lawyers told our family was don't talk to police, don't talk to press. Because what we wanted to do was me to be in like rehab long enough to like prove that I'm like trying to make a redemption, trying to make amends, like trying to get my life on
And
track.
then turn yourself in.
And then
in
turn
Florida.
myself in eventually.
Yeah.
But the cops came to my mom's house and she was like, come on in. Fucking Blue Lives Matter bitch had like them sitting in the fucking family room drinking coffee. And she's like, well, they told me where you were. So I just like agreed with them and told them exactly. And I was like, if they knew where I was, they wouldn't be at your house.
Right.
So I get this call. So after rehab in Naples, you have to go to like a halfway house.
Yeah.
Which is just as horrible as it sounds. Like
Yeah.
halfway house in Naples. I'd rather be in a Ukrainian prison. Honestly, it's awful. And my lawyer calls me and he's like, there's a warrant out for your arrest. So you can either drive back to Miami, like we'll pick you up and take you back to Miami and turn yourself in. Or if you wait there, they might come pick you up and then you have to like sit in like a holding cell in Naples and then like go on a paddy wagon. And I was like, ew, I get motion sickness. I don't want to do that. So
Yeah.
I had my lawyer come pick me up and I was like, can we stop it for sushi in Coral Gables first? And he was like, okay. And so I was just like, really
You should have been
putting
doing a documentary this whole time. You should have been TikToking.
it's
this
all
whole
I
time.
know, really. I should have. I actually did. I did a video right before I turned myself into jail
That's
downtown Miami,
hilarious.
and it was like a makeup tutorial for turning yourself into
That's
jail.
so good. You still have that? Is
I
that
do.
out there on the internet?
I should post it.
Oh, that's so funny.
And so I did my makeup. I went to jail, and I was only there like 4 days. Wasn't that long, but long enough to not ever want to go back.
Real jail.
Real jail, jumpsuit and everything.
It's gangster.
It was kind of
Good, good whatchamacallit mugshot.
Sort of. I facetuned it.
You have they give you your mugshot or it's like on the internet?
Yeah, it's on the internet. They won't let you smile. Like that's a thing. Like I wanted it to be like this, like my license photo.
Yeah,
But they're like, look forward, and I was like, okay. And they're like, stop smiling, and I was like, okay. And they're like, stop smiling. He was like, I'm about to get off work. I don't feel like dealing with this. This is my last one of the day. And I was like, fine. So I kind of look like the Mona
Like
Lisa.
what? I'm having a glow up. I'm off meth. I'm feeling good. At this point, you've been sober for what? Like a month or so?
Sober for like 3 months, I guess.
So you're feeling like back to normal.
July, August, September, October. Feeling back to normal.
That must be tough having to pay the piper for shit you did when you were like you don't even like know that person and you're like, what did I do? I did what? Like it's like paying the toll for somebody like you don't even know. It's like, who is I'm having to be punished for this shit.
I know.
It wasn't me.
And that was the crazy thing about this case is like still to this day we don't know where the baby ashes are. She was kind of a hoarder. She has like a GoFundMe right now for like a bunch of storage units in different places. So I'm like assuming that like maybe she like misplaced her own child's ashes. But because I tried to pawn that silver thing, the pawn shop owner was like, yeah, she tried to bring that in, but like I wouldn't take it. He was like so Jewish. He's like, I wouldn't take it because it didn't have the Tiffany seal on it.
Guy knows his stuff, huh? So is this lady still using this for a GoFund? Like
she just has a GoFundMe for like whatever else she has going on because she had a bunch of like storage units, and which is crazy though because she got like $15,000 from me for restitution. Like I like paid her a lot of money for like her pain and suffering, and she got all of her stuff back from the storage unit.
Yeah, so she got
from the pawn shop,
a win at it. She got all her shit back plus $15,000 for pain or whatever.
And then she, when the police went to her house, they found my to-do list, my Adderall to-do list.
And did they go public with that?
Yes, it's on the news article. It literally says like call Nelson, pawn shit, and pawn items.
That's great.
So I mean, obviously I deserve to go to jail. Like I did. Like I totally robbed someone, and like you can't just fucking do that. But to this day, it's like a mystery about the baby ashes, and I just have to assume. My lawyers told me they're like, we think she found them because she never showed up to court to like read, some letter to tell me like what a horrible person I am. And honestly, wouldn't you sell like would you sell someone's ashes for $15,000?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, why not?
I feel like that.
So basically, she quote unquote, lost the ashes, but gained $15,000. Yeah. And you didn't take like there was no money in the ashes, so it's like it totally goes against your whole.
The logic isn't there. It really just doesn't make sense. But like it looks so bad. Like it made me. I would have rather been like, oh my god, Leetah like tried to fucking rape somebody than to be like Leetah pawned baby ashes. It looks so bad. It's the worst.
But also, it doesn't make sense because it's like, okay, the pawn shop wouldn't take that, so it's like I didn't steal your baby's.
And there's
ashes.
video surveillance of it. Like they're not there. And like I saw the news for the first time. I saw that urn was on the news article. It was like a silver thing that looked like a weed grinder. And I was like, I've never seen that before. And trust me, I looked through this bitch's entire house. Like I've never seen that before. And so it's still a mystery, but it doesn't matter.
Damn, it's a pretty cool story. It's badass.
Yeah.
We could do a whole nother episode.
I know. Sorry if I'm like rambling.
And the next part of your life. So then you get it all cleaned up.
So then I get it all cleaned up, but then I'm like, I didn't really want to like, I know it sounds horrible, but I didn't really like, I wasn't like ready to get clean, even though the universe is like smithing me and it was like, bitch, it's time. I wasn't doing so well. And so then I like got a really good job as a personal assistant for the poker player that I was telling you about. And amazing. I was living at the homeless shelter. He didn't know that. And he moved into this beautiful penthouse in the Flatiron in Brickell. And he was like, where do you live, by the way? And I was like downtownish. Like, I would never tell him.
Of course.
But I was like a good personal assistant. Like, I was like working really hard because I was like, oh my gosh, like, I have to like keep this job. And he was paying me really well and paying me in cash, which was like also not good for like my mental health. But I started like being like, okay, to be a good personal assistant and to keep up with like my curfew at the homeless shelter and to like get myself out of this, I'm just going to do a little bit of Adderall. So I like after all that, I just did a little bit of Adderall and it got so much worse. I moved out of the homeless shelter into the penthouse with him, but I was like doing Adderall and he was like, something's not right. Are you okay? And I fucking broke down and told him everything. I was like, first of all, you should have done a background check on me. Like, what were you thinking?
He's the only one who hadn't seen the article?
He had not seen the article and he was coming to comedy shows with me. Because he loves comedy. And he was like, let me like come to one of your comedy shows. And I would go like 15 minutes early and I'd be like, none of you motherfuckers better say anything about the baby ashes. This is my boss. And we've all like become best friends. Because we became best friends like immediately. And I was like so grateful to have him. And I was like, none of you bitches better say anything. You fucking dirtbags. Like, shut the fuck up. And they never did. And finally though, when I went to my last court date to like finalize all of this, I like broke down and I told him everything. And I was like, are you going to fire me? And he was like, I'm not going to fire you, but you have to do a comedy special on this baby ashes shit. Like, you have to. Like, I insist upon it. Like, it's going to be your Bert Kreischer's The Machine. Like, you have to do that. And I was like, okay. And he was like, stop feeling bad for yourself. Joey Diaz used to fucking kidnap people. Like, who gives a shit? And I was like, okay. And he's like, also, you have to go to rehab again. And I was like, yep, sounds good. And I went to rehab. And
where was that rehab?
That was in Juno Beach, Florida.
It's like rehabs in like nice places, huh?
Yeah.
Kind of makes you want to do drugs when you're in these nice. When you're like on the beach, you're like. They should put him in like. Actually, no. I guess if it was in a shitty place, you'd be more likely to be like, "This is depressing. I want to do drugs."
Yeah.
But
also, like, it's hard
on the beach. You're just like, kind of want to have a cocktail right now.
I know, right? We would go to the beach like every morning, and they did like a sunrise thing, and we'd always like laugh because there'd be actual real people there, you know, and we'd be like sitting there with our like one towel that we're allowed to have, and I can just imagine the people walking by being like, "Look at the junks, honey!" Like there they are.
Look at them, they're doing so good. They're just sitting there.
But yeah, that was
adapting so well.
July 2023.
What a life! What a life! Well, we're gonna need an update at some point on how this Netflix documentary ends up.
I know. Now it's on the up and up.
What a wild story.
Yeah. Thanks for listening.
The 3 people that are tuned in. No, this was great. I definitely will. I have so many more questions, and we'll definitely have to have you back again. Okay. I'm sure the listener will also have a lot of questions.
Yes, I'm excited.
Bring her back. More. Get her back on drugs, then bring her back.
Yes, imagine.
Get her on drugs, send her back out to the wild.
That's always been like my
more stories.
Secret wish is that someone would like. Instead of like drugging me with like Roofenol, you know, what's it called? Roofies?
Roofenol? I don't know.
I haven't been.
It'd be weird if I did know. If I was like, actually, the technical term and exactly where to get them.
It's in my nootropic stack.
Yeah,
it's
let
right
me show you.
But I wish someone would like drug me with meth, and I'd be like, oh no, I have to leave my house.
Yeah, what the hell? Now I have to be amazing again.
Yeah.
I have to be so fucking incredible.
I know there's a lot of juicy stories in the actual drug and gambling portion of that we just don't have time.
Yeah, we just glazed over. No, we'll get back to it. I definitely want to hear. I want to hear all about it. This was a good like spark notes, but then we're gonna get into the fucking nitty gritty next time.
Yeah.
And since we're neighbors,
we are.
We'll do this every day.
Every day. Every day till we hit 1 million followers.
Amazing, thank you. And I don't know, do you want to plug anything? I don't know how to end these podcasts. Anything you want to say? Anything you want to shout out to the people? Pleasure having you. First guest.